how do we price SEO services? What I'm going to share with you today is the exact breakdown that we use. In fact, I did a pitch, an intake this morning, an intake pitch for a new client. I've redacted their actual information and I just used their pitch form. However, this will give you an understanding of how to create a scope of work and how we do it, how we plan out what the price is going to be monthly or as an upfront investment. Value and cost are two different things. You know, we're looking to do things a lot differently than what's out there currently. So this might seem a little different to you. Let's get into the spreadsheet that we utilized, and we call this the scope of work. First and foremost, what we need to understand is how many locations, like where would you like to start receiving business from? You've already set the expectation. You've already met with the client. Now it's getting down to the nitty gritty. What is the cost? What's my hard cost? Dollar for deliverable. It's always an equal exchange. What exactly do you get for the investment that you're making? That's how I like to do business. And that's exactly how we do it. And let me walk you through this, okay? I just want to make that clear. So first and foremost, what we're trying to establish is, well, where do we want to start generating customers from? For this particular client, they want to start gathering customers from the Tri-County area in South Florida. So what we needed to do was, well, what are the most prominent cities and towns in the Tri-County area in South Florida? So we made our list. We went out there and we got Dade County, or we did our research. And then along with that, Broward County. Inside of each of these counties, we have different towns or cities. Now, what this will end up doing is this is going to tell us how many location pages we are going to need. The next step, how many different services do you provide? So how many locations do you want to target and how many services do you have? So in this particular instance, we're talking about a law firm. They have a magnitude of different services or practice areas in this case. You know, they're offering banking litigation, bicycle accident lawyer, birth injury lawyer, boating accident lawyer, bus accident lawyer, car accident lawyer, right? The list goes on. There's actually 28 practice area pages, right? So there's 28 practice areas. Now let's start getting into the math. How would we figure out what this cost will be? Well, we know that there's 28 service pages because there has to be a top level. In fact, generally when we're doing an intake or a pitch and we're talking about the services or the scope of work, what we want to do is we want to give an example of what does this look like, because I'm a visual, right? So that's how I deliver my material. That's how I talk. I'm visual. So I laid out in an example, just literally just like this. So our top level page is going to be website.com/car accident lawyer. This is a top level page. There are 28 top level pages or 28 service pages. So those pages need to be created. So that's 28 pages. Now, a location page is just like this. So if we want to target one of our services, top level page is car accident lawyer. And then we want to start going down our list of our 52 locations. We have to go down our list. So it's going to be /car accident lawyer in Aventura, car accident lawyer, Fort Lauderdale, car accident lawyer, West Palm Beach. You with me so far? So then that means I need my first set, my 28 top level pages need to be created. 52 pages need to be created for each and every service. You with me so far? What this will end up happening is we have 52 locations, 28 services, 1,456 pages, plus the 28 service pages. So this end number here, the amount of pages total that need to be created is 1,456 plus the 28 top levels, 1,480. That is the total amount of pages. Generally, I would do this. 1,484 pages. When we give a final price on a page-by-page basis, of course, customers, right? We're in their business. We're helping them succeed. That's my goal. I need them to succeed and make more money. That's my objective. We want to generate leads, customers, clients, phone calls with the website. That's my objective. So what does that look like exactly? Because I'm asking for dollars in return for the time and execution. So what does that mean exactly, Chris? Well, when we're talking about creating the pages, all right, creating the location pages, easy to understand with our example. But what does that actually entail? Well, that entails the content itself, the creation of the content. Somebody has to write it. The content needs to then go through a process which is called optimization. We need to look at the current winner for every service in every area and figure out, well, how many times we have to say this word? How many headers do we need? How many interlinks do we need? We're analyzing the competition to see what is going to be the best suited to win. We want to put the client and the pages in the best position for winning, for success. So we need to create the content, optimize the content. Then a hard part no one ever thinks about, but there's a cost associated with this, is we need to upload the content. And then the most important thing is when we're building these silos, I then need to interlink the content. Each item has a cost. Our cost doesn't have to be your cost. This is subject, okay? This is hypothetical. Our content creation is $40 per 1,000 words. Content optimization, these two are together. So we'll create it and optimize it for $40 per 1,000 words. Content uploading, $5 a page. Content interlinking, because remember there's time, $5 a page. So you're in $50 a page for the creation. That's my real hard cost. You want us to create it, optimize it, upload it, and interlink it? $50 a page. And that's how we figure that out. The time plus the service and the execution. There's multiple pieces. There's a lot of cogs to that wheel. Let's move on. We completely understand that we have to create these pages, optimize the pages, upload the pages, and interlink. But there's a whole nother step. The step where we're also going to add cost is that you're going to want to talk about this. Our rate for team meetings is $100 an hour, factored into the final scope of work price. You want to meet with us once a month? That's an extra $100. Want to meet with us twice a month? $200 extra per month. And with time means that we want to communicate. That means there's going to be more execution, more handling, more emails, more phone calls, more text, more time. The next thing is the intake. Just onboarding, getting GSC details, WordPress details, any logins, shutting stuff off, making sure that the Cloudflare set up, getting you the plugins that you need. There's time, that's intake. Reporting and monthly, these go together, they share a cost. Now here's where the labor intensive thing comes into place. Because I need to, this right here, premise liability, we're just using this as an example. That's a very good term. But what's a more optimized term is premise liability or premise liability attorney. I know that because I've been in this industry, but if I'm getting a new client that's not in my normal, we have to do keyword research. On top of that, every 6 months, we need to go back to Search Console, look at your current performance, and see which words need to be added or retracted from that page. It's called pruning or refreshing. Keyword research, there's a fee, and we charge by the hour. This is included into the cost. Research, again, this is a page by SERP. What I mean by this is when we create our main page for car accident lawyer, in this case, it's going to be for Florida, car accident lawyer, optimized for car accident lawyer, Florida. And then we have car accident lawyer Aventura. This is a side of Florida, right? For car accidents. I need to now look at car accident lawyers in Aventura and figure out who are the top performers and how many referring domains do they have, because that deficit plus more needs to be met in order to be a success. I need to figure out not only what keywords to add and what keywords to take away and what keywords to add again every few months, but I also need to figure out, okay, who's currently in the top positions? Who's currently being rewarded? How many backlinks do they have? Because every one of these 1,484 pages, we have to do the keyword research and figure out how many backlinks do I need for that page. And then each backlink has a cost. Depending on the type of backlink that you're buying, right? There's different powers are required. You know, if I want to rank for a car accident lawyer in Aventura, that's far different than if I wanted to rank for car accident lawyer in Fort Lauderdale. The Fort Lauderdale page might need 80 referring domains, where in Aventura I might only need, so the cost can vary by quality and amount. Generally, what we're looking to build, first and foremost and throughout the campaign, is citations, directory listings, press releases, link inserts, homepage links, and local PR posts. Now, how do I come up with a final cost? Let me break this down crudely and quickly so you can completely understand how we would do this. Generally, do you want to make an upfront investment or do you want to do monthly? Do you have 30 grand to invest? Do you have $20,000 to invest? Do you have $10,000 to invest? Do you have the money to invest right now? Or do you basically want a payment plan? Payment plan. Here's how we decide how much you're going to need to spend, hypothetically. Let's take our hypothetical example here. We have 1,484 pages, okay? We are going to times that by $50 per page. that's optimized, created, uploaded, and interlinked. This is a big site. This is a huge project. We have $74,200. Now, remember, we're doing a law firm with a lot of practice areas in a high competition market. Just say, hypothetically, 1,484 pages, I need 10 links per page, right? So this number can get pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and get this up. So right now, just for the content creation before backlinks, plus we're probably going to have to meet every single month. So that is $2,400, right? This is the monthly meetings. Then we're going to add another $100 per month for reporting and handling and text messaging and emails and that stuff that you generally don't get paid for, but it still needs to be factored in. It's not like it's going to show up on the bill, but it's being factored in at the end of the day. Like somebody has to spend the time in order to answer those emails, to do the text messaging, to do the reporting, because when you're breaking it down this way, I'm offering you a deliverable, right, for a fee. So that means that this is part of the deliverable. If you want me to do these things, then there has to be a cost that's associated with it. So I'll factor that in. This right here, the reporting, an extra $100. You'll probably send 2 reports per month, and then each monthly meeting we'll meet and we'll talk about those reports and where we want to go for the following month. So this right here would be $1,200. So we're going to say reports. This is meetings. This is content. And again, we're looking at a hypothetical situation, a huge project in a larger city. Now, out of those 1,484 pages, let's just say we want to get 10 links to every page equals. Let's just say it's $30,000 just to make the math very. So we have 30,000 plus 1,200 plus 2,400 plus $74,200, 107. And you want to, how long of a contract do you want to sign? How long, if you can't come up with that right now, I understand. Let's do monthly then. Here's our goal. We want to build this site and we want to do it right. And we want to get the backlink so we can actually be a contender in South Florida. This is what it's honestly actually going to cost. And we move fast. If you paid this today, within 45 days, I'll have it all done. That's not always what's best, but it could happen. Hypothetically, we take the 107, we divide by 12. We'll say we're going to sign a contract for this right here. If this client came to me, I would say this particular job right here, this hypothetical job, I would say $8,983. But to be honest with you, I would probably just say it's going to be $9,000 a month for the next year. I'd sign for a year. You want to do that a little faster? You want me to tackle this huge project plus do monthly reporting and you want me to do my meetings every single month, take care of everything like you don't even touch it? This would be the cost. For the next year, it's $9,000 a month. Or if you want us to move a little bit faster, it'll be $18,000 a month. That's a 6-month plan. This is 12 months. Are you with me so far? This is 12 months. This is 6 months. Now, generally, again, this is a hypothetical situation. Generally, clients wouldn't say, okay, let's dive right in. But we have worked with multiple clients that generally do about half of this. This is not uncommon because, like, when I talk to my clients, right, and they're making an investment in their business, that means they're making the investment for the long term. There's no fast success. Is after all these pages are up and the links are built, then the clock starts. Piece that a lot of web designers or other SEO agencies won't say. In hard areas, in hard categories, in hard niches, the thing that you can't hurry up, but you cannot hurry up page age and authority. These numbers here, we haven't even built out any informational content. We've only tackled commercial intent. If you come on back to my scope of work, right? If you come back to the scope of work, what I've laid out here is top level supporting pages. What this means is car accident lawyer is a top level page. If we wanted to, we can make this a car accident lawyer page and list our states. But in this case, we're talking about Florida specifically, the 3 counties in Florida that we want to service. What are we doing here? What we want to do is we want to build informational content, supporting content, build depth of concept under car accident lawyer. Why? Like I mentioned, it's depth of concept. So here's what it looks like visually. We take a look here. We have our website.com/car accident lawyer / what do car accident lawyers? This is supporting my top level. Okay. Now we generally at this level here, we want to answer who, what, when, why, where, and how. With that being said, this is how we price out our SEO. This is how we set up a scope of work. This is how we price our scope of work. The price is the price. It's just a matter of how long do you want it to take for us to do it. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. I hope this helps you out.